Hey everyone, glad to have you with us for another Bona training camp video. Let's talk about the Bona Prep and Recoat system. Again, this system has been around since 1998 and has proven itself for almost 30 years. Unless the floor has been maintained with acrylic polishes or those types of maintenance coatings, you would then use the Bona Recoat system that utilizes Bona Remove. That's specially formulated to take acrylic polishes and stuff and break those down and dissolve them. But otherwise, most of the floors we run into, Bona Prep and the two different methods we're going to talk about to utilize this as your recoat system is going to be what I would go to probably 95% of the time. So let's not waste any more time just talking about it. Let's get in and see the demos that we did and how you can utilize prep and recoat on your customers' floors. So to prep and recoat using a buffer, again, what we're going to do is vacuum first. That's still part of our cleaning process to get up that loose dust and debris. Still going to clean up sticky spills, scrape gum off the floor. But now instead of using the power scrubber to clean, now we're going to use a spray and buff using our quart bottle of prep, 2 conditioning pads. You can use 1 or 2. I like to use 2. Again, just to give better conformity to the floor. It helps get down into, again, soft grain areas, micro bevels in pre-finished, just to help clean those areas out better from the get-go. But we're just going to use it as a spray and buff system with those conditioning pads on the bottom of our buffer and go back and forth and clean the floor like that. But now we don't have the power scrubber picking that dirty residue up at the same time. So we only want to work about 40 square feet with this spray and buff method, because then we have to go back and use our Bona mop and one of the cleaning pads also soaked with prep to tack that dirty residue back off and get all that dirty contamination off the floor. Then you can move on to your next section. We want to make sure we overlap previous sections, by 10 or 20%. Just make sure you overlap. We want to make sure everything in the field gets clean and that we don't have any bare areas that we miss cleaning and then accidentally lock, some dirty grain stuff down into the floor. Once your entire field is cleaned with the spray and buff method, then go ahead and go back and tackle those edges and details. Again, using your prep spray quart and either a hand scrubbing with the conditioning pad, using your little powered scrubber, or even just a hand scrubbing brush, again with prep to help clean those areas. And just wipe that up with a rag wetted with prep as you work those areas on the sides and detail areas. So now the floor is clean. We're going to go back and abrade. Same thing here, abrading with 240 diamonds on the multi-disc or on a 16-inch drive plate with 1 or 2 conditioning pads stacked and 2 or 3 diamonds on there to complete our abrasion of the full field. Then we need to abrade those edges and detail areas in the same way with a random orbit sander or by hand or by installing our 240 grit on our little Bona Mouse hand sander and get the whole floor fully abraded in that manner. So now we're cleaned, we're abraded, and we got to come back and clean it once again. But we don't have our power scrubber, so we got to go back and hand vacuum. The other thing you could do that really helps also clean the Bona diamond dust off if you don't have a power scrubber is go ahead and put your Bona Tampico brush on your buffer and use that with your back vac attached to your buffer and go ahead and Tampico brush the floor. Then come back, vacuum around the edges, wet tack with water and your Bona mop and with a cleaning pad on it. Do the detail and edge areas the same way, just with water dampened rags to do a final wipe down of those areas. Get it dry with box fans and stuff for, again, maybe 20 or 30 minutes. And then within 2 hours, get your coating on of your chosen waterborne or oil modified finish. Again, if it's a pre-finished floor, highly recommended to use any of the Bona Traffic HD family of finishes to take advantage of that optimized adhesion characteristics of those products. Any cleanup you have to do of your tools is simply with water. Makes cleanup very easy. and that's how you take care of your prep and recoat system. It's an easy system. We're cleaning the floor, we're abrading the floor, we're cleaning it again, we're letting it dry, we're getting our coats on. I hope you can see that prep and recoat is, again, a simple method that we've proven and improved over the last 30 years. And that's how easy it can be to prep and recoat and fully revive the beauty locked down into your customers' floors.